everybody, I'm Melanda, aka Creative Mommy of Two, and welcome. Well, as you might have expected, today we have yet another WIP and Chat. So grab out your works in progress, because that's what WIP stands for if you don't know by now. And yeah, let's ramble on for a bit, shall we? Spoiler alert! If you haven't eaten before and you're hungry, you might want to eat it before, because I am going to ramble about food for a bit. So, just a heads up. First, let me grab my color. Let's start with this one. And let's start. Well, first of all, how was your week? Mine was, yeah, a little bit of everything. Because, yeah, if you have watched my last WIP and Chat, you know I had my second vaccination and my anniversary the day right after. And with my luck, I was in bed the whole day. So, yay. Happy anniversary to me. But yeah, I had the day itself, I had the vaccination. It was at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, a little bit after that I had my vaccination. It was a bit sensitive around the area where they poked the needle, but that was it. Like a couple of hours later, slowly my arm began to hurt a little bit more. I was like, oof, this isn't feeling nice. So let's hope it just stays with this, because last time I had the same. So that went on for like the rest of the evening. Felt okay, but yeah, sore. But yeah, that was to be expected. Did not expect anything else. And at night I woke up and my arm just hurt. It was not even normal anymore. It felt so painful. Sometimes I just had to like pull my arm around so it wouldn't hurt too much, because yeah, if with my right arm I pulled my left arm to the side, I didn't need to, well, use as much strength in my left arm, so that felt a tiny bit better, but not much. But yeah, so I woke up and then also I was like completely shivering. I was so cold. But as soon as I like laid my arm on top of my leg or anything, I just could feel the heat coming off of me. It was like not normal. I was like, it might be just me because my arms might be cold. I don't know if my arms were on top of the blankets or anything, but yeah, my husband then also woke up and it was like, you're like almost like a piece of coal. So yeah, I must have had a fever. It went like that almost the whole day. Like one time I was almost freezing, and the next I was sweating so much and I had it like so hot that I would like throw off all the blankets, and yeah, fun times. And that lasted for 2 days. Actually more, but the worst part was just 2 days. So yeah, Wednesday and Thursday, both days my husband had to stay at home because, yeah, I could hardly use my left arm. On Friday, my husband has a half day of work anyway, so that was, yeah, just a half day. I was like, well, I'll make it manage. So yeah, the worst part was over, so I was like, yeah, I can manage that. So he could at least go to work one last day, because now he has vacation and I need to get my trash pot. There it is. So yeah, that wasn't fun. Like even until Saturday I still felt my arm, but it was more like certain movements that made it feel not as good. But yeah, luckily everything is fine now. Yeah. When was it? Saturday, I believe. It was either Friday afternoon or Saturday. My husband went to the store with our daughter so she could have a walk. And he came home and got me a belated anniversary gift. He bought me a little bouquet of flowers. Just some plain roses, but he knows I love them, so yay. Yeah, I wanted to do that earlier, but yeah, obviously with me feeling bad, he couldn't do it earlier, so I still love him for it. Yeah, Saturday, I believe, I needed to return a few things to the store. I was expecting a package, and I was like, oh, it's coming between, I believe, 13:45 and 16:45. So I was like, you know what, I can better go in the morning. So at least I am not, well, yeah, I'm at home when they come. Well, that went wrong. At 12:30, I believe, I got a message on my app from on the local postal service, like, we missed you when we delivered a package. You can collect your package there and there. I was like, dang it, if I had known it, I would just go afterwards. Because that was the resin stuff I was waiting for a while. I was like, dang it. And probably it will be like the next work day. So it would be then Monday before I could get it. But luckily, like 2:30, I believe, I got a message like, hey, you can pick it up. I was like, thank goodness. So I put my shoes back on and I drove to the store, picked my package up, and then unpacked everything. So I was happy. I directly, like, Saturday afternoon, well, evening, as soon as the kids went upstairs, I got my husband and was like, you know what, I'm going to the basement. If you want, you can help me pick out some colors, because there's a few things that he wanted me to test out, because he had ideas for them to give them to some people. We had like a box for dominoes, and he was thinking like maybe I can put dice in them. And yeah, we also had some dice molds, so he wanted me to test those out. And if you're on Facebook, you have seen these. I had a little fish mold, and I got myself some coasters and some like the Haribo bear molds, kind of bears. So I made those. Yeah, I made a little bit of everything. This was my first time working with like the powder pigment, so I was like really happy because it was a joy to work with. And I had a blast doing that, so we'll definitely do that again. In the end, the dice molds did not work as planned, so I need to retry them. But yeah, that is most of the times just a trial and error kind of thing, and hoping you got it right, and if not, think like how can you fix it, and yeah. That's a lot of work, so yeah. But yeah, if you saw them on Facebook, you know what I mean, but might even throw in a picture of them right here somewhere. And yeah, the fish will be a keychain, and that will go in my bag. The bears, I will make probably some necklaces and earrings for my daughter and me, because I thought they were cute. And yeah, coasters. Yeah, they got a lot of air bubbles, so that did not turn out as planned, but I still love them. So I might either give them to my daughter to play with in her play kitchen, or I'm just going to put them in the basement for when I have something to drink down there, because the basement is like our craft area. And what else had I? Oh yeah, some snowflake molds. Because yeah, I'm trying out some new colors and stuff, and we have like different Christmas decorations in different colors. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to try everything out in colors that we have, so that if they turn out great, I can even maybe match them with something. So yeah. Spend an evening playing with resin. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. So yeah, now to find people that want them. Yeah, as I said, I have some ideas about gifts and stuff, but yeah. So if you want to have some resin products and you're not too afraid to pay a shitload of shipping, you can definitely message me and I'll see if I have what you're looking for. But yeah, I now have quite a lot of stuff because I definitely need to put all my molds in a bigger container because I have too much. Ish. Depends if you want to call it too much or not. But yeah. So yeah, that was that. Molded them yesterday. Went to the in-laws yesterday, so the kids had a blast. And I did not have to watch them too much, so that was a nice time for mommy. And today we went shopping again. That's the whole downside of everything in the past year, because like many shops weren't completely open or not open at all during lockdowns, and yeah, that made that many things got put on the back burner, and yeah, we're now playing catch up. So yeah, we needed some new mattresses. We actually needed those for like a couple of years, but because we wanted kids, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to get brand new mattresses, be pregnant, have like every shape and size completely off, and have like my complete mattress like annoy the heck out of me because it formed to my pregnancy body, and then I can get a new mattress. So yeah, we'll just wait a couple of years more. And then the whole bug hits. So yeah, that took just a year longer than expected. But yeah, we went to the IKEA first. We saw some that we liked. But we went to another store and we were like, yeah, this is the one I want. And there they also had like a guarantee that if you weren't happy with them, you could like test the mattresses out for 100 days. If you weren't happy with them, you could return them and get a full refund. So I was like, yeah, let's just grab those, because I need to say I like the idea that if I don't like it, I can return it. Because yeah, we had the luck that it was in a sale, so that it was basically a 1+1, because we have two 80cm wide mattresses instead of one big one. So we basically had like a 1+1 deal, which was awesome. So yeah, those will be delivered here well, somewhere this week. So yay, happy with that. And yeah, that basically was like the whole week already. And let's see how long I'm already rambling. 15 minutes, that goes well. But yeah, as I said, I prepared some things for this week, so I'm glad I did. I am glad I did. Seriously speaking, hard. But yeah, I was thinking last, like, what are like typical Dutch things that you don't see at all or often, well, outside of the Netherlands, or that is a food that is like typical for the Netherlands. And I am planning to put in some pictures because yeah, my husband has vacation now, so I was like, you know what, that's the ideal moment to do something like that, because tomorrow during the day he can entertain the kids and I can edit this whole video, and I can even put up loads of pictures of like different food things. So if you want to know what the food item is, well, there will be a picture of it, because some things you might know, some things, well, some people know, and some things you're like, wait, what the heck is it? So yeah, then you can just look up and have at least an idea of what it is. I'll try to do my best to make like a description of what it is, but sometimes, yeah, it's just hard. So yeah, let's begin with the food fun. Well, first of all, I have a Dutch, mostly this one is eaten at breakfast. So in Dutch it is called ontbijtkoek, which also does translate to breakfast cake, biscuit. Yeah, like cook, like a cookie maybe? Yeah, something in that area. Some words are kinda, yeah, annoying to translate. So yeah, let's just call it a breakfast cookie. It's more like a cake, I think, but well, yeah, you've seen the picture probably, so you might have an idea of what it is. Yeah, I can't like directly describe what it is. It's like a dense cake, kinda spiced kinda cake. I know there's like cinnamon and stuff in it, and I seriously don't know what is in it for all of it, but I like it. But yeah, you can, most of the times it's eaten during breakfast. I also eat it at lunch, or sometimes like as a snack. I personally eat it with butter on top, but you can do a lot with it. You can just eat it plain with butter, with jam, or whatever spreads you like on it. So yeah, you can do a lot with it. And like if you are just having a sandwich, another typical Dutch thing, and there are like basically two, so I'm gonna, well, do them both together. They are hagelslag and vlokken. Hagelslag is a kind of, well, sprinkle. It's, well, chocolate. So it's basically a chocolate sprinkle. And Vlokken is basically like a flat version of it. They taste totally different, but it's, yeah, the best. Yeah, description I can give it. Like chocolate sprinkle and a flat chocolate sprinkle. And yeah, I know like in Belgium you can get at least the hagelslag. Vlokken, I don't know if you have them anywhere else, or if it's like a typical Dutch thing. I know like the hagelslag you can, as far as I know at least, you can't find it at many other places. Well, probably if it's imported, then you can find it, but like your typical store, you probably can't. And let's see what I else had. Yeah, we're like that. We already are like most like the more dinner kind of stuff. Netherlands aren't like famous for like breakfast, lunch kind of things, but mostly like candy like snack things and dinner. And some, yeah, are like an in-between. They're not really like a snack, they're not really like candy, so yeah, just whatever you use them for. So first of them is a soup, and in Dutch we call it echte soep, or another word for it is snecht. I personally hate it. I think it's absolutely disgusting. But it basically is a pea soup, like a really thick version. And yeah, there's all kind of stuff in it. I hate it. Luckily my husband doesn't like it either, so yeah, don't have to make it. But yeah, I know my dad always loved it, but also my mom hated it, so he just needed to have like his own portions. But it is a really popular soup here. And many people also throw like a smoked kind of sausage in it, which is my next thing. That is een rookworst. Probably you would definitely, well, I think more definitely than probably you will find something like similar. But still, it is like a kind of real Dutch thing. There is a shop here, the Hema, that is like known for their sausage, well, the rookworst. And yeah, there you can just buy them like to snack on. But yeah, you can also get like a broodje rookworst, which is like a bun with the sausage in it, and you can eat it with some, as we call it, another Dutch thing, hutspot, or yeah, like it's basically like a mashed potato, and yeah, in this case of a hutspot, it's carrots. Sometimes, most of the times also onion, but you have like a, well, collection name, I would like to say it. It's stampot, which is basically potatoes and some kind of vegetable mashed together. And most of the time people would put like gravy on top, and again, many people have then the rookworst or a piece of bacon, like the bigger pieces. Here we call them spekklapjes. And many people also do like a meatball or anything like that. So yeah, like in stampot, yeah, it's like a stomp pan, best translated, I think. But yeah, that's basically talking hard. You can like almost mash up anything you want. I have seen people do that with Brussels sprouts, with carrots, beans. Yeah. You can do anything. Let's see, what's the next thing I had them wrote down because I know myself I'm going to forget a lot. And then I can just like leave that open and just grab images for everything. But yeah, a thing that the Dutch do, which again I dislike, but is a kind of the typical Dutch thing, is haring. Well, it is herring, but especially like the new herring, people eat it like raw, again like filleted and stuff, but like the raw fish with onions and just shove it in. Ugh, I hate it. Like, seriously, I hate it with passion. I love fish, but I hate it. No thank you, no herring for me. But yeah, that's... I also looked up to be sure, like, if my idea of typical Dutch thing is the same as like many others, but sometimes some things for me are so normal that I forget that Netherlands is either famous for it or it's a thing that people outside of the Netherlands think is a no-go. Like what we do here with French fries. Many people here eat it with mayonnaise or like a, how it's called, satay sauce. We call it a peanut sauce, however you want to call it. But yeah, here many people eat that. I personally love it. But apparently it's really strange to do. But I don't know any different. But yeah, apparently that's a typical Dutch thing. But yeah, it's, for me it's normal, so that's also like, it's, you might also have things where you're from that you're like, yeah, but doesn't do that every... Blah. Again, talking hard. You might have in your area things like that you think are completely normal, and that if you would say that to somebody outside of your country or area, and it would like be like, you're doing what now? And yeah, that's, yeah, it's, I think it's fun. You can also, because we have a lot of nationalities here, because yeah, the place I live in also has a NATO base. So yeah, we have a lot of people walking around here that are not from the Netherlands. So it sometimes can give funny faces if you do some things which are even for us normal, but yeah, for people outside of the Netherlands, it's completely strange. That's just like we have pancakes here. That's the other things. We call them pannenkoeken. But they're basically between a regular pancake and a French crepe. So they are thinner than a regular pancake, but thicker than a crepe. And you can eat them with anything. You can put syrup on them. I have seen people put whipped cream on them. You can even put like bacon in them and cheese and ham, and yeah, you can order that, especially if you go to a pannenkoekenhuis or pannenkoekenrestaurant, which is basically like a pancake place, you can order a lot of different options. Other times here in the house, we use them with like a Nutella hazelnut spread or with a fruit spread, because yeah, that's what we like the most. Sometimes we make them with apples in. But yeah, I also have eaten them with bacon and cheese. So yeah. That's like a different version of, I think, a famous dish. Let's see, what else did I have? Yeah, the thing that the Netherlands is famous for, and you probably food-wise think of first, so I had to include it, is kaas. Cheese. In all its different sizes, forms, flavors, ages, fatnesses, and all that comes with it. And I'm sticking to my canvas today. But yeah, especially the goudse kaas, as we call it, and you might know it as Gouda, because for one of the funny reasons, I don't know why, but it always is spoken out like Gouda. Every time I hear it in a movie or a TV show or whatever, I need to chuckle a bit because, yeah. But again, that's one of the things that, like, you pronounce it like the way you can pronounce it or think it's pronounced. And sometimes you're completely wrong, and many times I will do the same with, like, English, German, whatever country I'm, well, seeing, talking, whatever about. But yeah, especially the goudse kaas is one of the, I think, more known kinds of cheeses. But yeah, we have a lot. The things that like pop into my head like now is Beemster, which is also like a region. Old Amsterdam, which is obviously from an Amsterdam origin. And that's most of the times an old version of a cheese, like the crumbly kind. If you have the older cheese that is crumbly, that could be like an old Amsterdam version. What else? What else? What else? Edammer is, if I'm not mistaken, also a Dutch one. That's like a cheese with a lot of holes in it. It has like a very typical flavor. Not my most favorite, but every once in a while it's okay. And then we are already at the like snack kind of things. The heartier snacks that are like, well, hard to get outside of the Netherlands. First one is a bitterbal, which is basically like a meat stew kind of concoction in like a crispy coating. That's, I think, the best way to describe them. And then deep fried. And it isn't bitter at all, but the name originates from the fact that it originally was served when you drank a bitter, like, I don't know how you best say them in English, but like a strong alcoholic liqueur, I think is the word. I'll try to remember to put up the right word here somewhere. If I can find one. But yeah, that's like really a popular, well, fried snack. Which I cannot remember seeing often outside of the Netherlands. So I think it's quite exclusive. And with that, you can also have like a small version or the big version, frikandellen. You might know the word, but it probably is not what you think. Because in many countries, I know, like in Scandinavia, they have it. Like I've been to Sweden and Denmark, and I know there they have it also. It's frikandellen or frikandelle with an R instead of an N. Kind of similar, and most of the times they are like meatballs. Or they shape them a little bit more like a sausage, but also like minced meat, kind of something. Still rather tasty, but definitely not what we have here. Here it is like it is a ground meat, but it's more like, yeah, it's seasoned completely different, and it's more, yeah, more of a sausage than a meatball kind of thing. It's one of those things that is hard to explain, but again, I'll have a picture when I started to explain it. So if you've missed it, just go back a little bit. Because I don't want to put up pictures anytime I say the word, because then you can see what I'm working on today. Which I haven't said, I'm still working on So Many Books, So Little Time by Randall Spankler and Diamond Art Club. I'm getting slowly to the end. Don't like it because I like this canvas a lot. But yeah, all good things come to an end. It always does remind me to the TV show Grimm, in what, yeah, they speak some German in it, at least one character, and he always said, like, his grandpa always said, then here it comes in German, alles hat ein Ende, nur ein Wurst hat zwei. It was always like, oh, that sounds so sweet, what does it mean? I have no clue. Well, it just means everything has an end, only a sausage has two. And I always think that's really funny. So everything, yeah, well, everything, always when it comes to an end, I'm like, yeah, and alles hat ein Ende, nur ein Wurst hat zwei. Yeah, a little bit of a giggle at some basically stupid stuff. But yeah, again, what I was saying. So yeah, the frikandellen are like a Dutch thing that is like basically a variant, a different variety on things you might know, but it tastes completely different. What else? Yeah, but the thing that you might know is speculaas. You can either have it like quote unquote plain, like a hard biscuit kind of thing, or you can have it filled. So I'll try to remember to put up both pictures of either a filled and a regular speculaas. And it's like a biscuit with certain spices. I know cinnamon is one of them. And you often see them around, well, leading up to December, because with Sinterklaas, it is a really popular thing to have speculaas. I don't know why. but it just is. I could look it up if you really want to know, and yeah, maybe around December explain more about that, but yeah. But yeah, so the speculaas is a thing that I have heard outside of the Netherlands, but it's apparently kind of popular around here, so I like it from time to time, but I'm not like my grandpa. My grandpa always ate it like on a piece of bread and a little bit of butter, and he then just put a piece of speculaas on top and just ate it like that. I like it sometimes, even on bread, because he basically taught me to eat it. Because yes, little girl, I also wanted to try it, and it's not bad. Not my favorite, but not bad. But yeah, it's one of those snacks that I'm like, from time to time, I want them, but it's not my go-to snack. Just as my next thing, stroopwafels. I like them, but they're not my go-to thing. It is like a first difference rate. It's a small kind of, well, a thin kind of, yeah, waffle cookie kind of thing. It almost reminds me like a waffle cone to put ice cream in. And they cut it in half, and they put some syrup on top. And then, well, put the halves back together. And especially in like cities where you have like these, well, these food stands, there you can eat them like hot, and that's in my wish list, to eat them like hot, fresh off the press, and yummy. But yeah, most of the times here they are like store-bought and hard. But yeah, they're good. They're really good. I like them. My husband doesn't, so we don't have them often. But when I am in a stroopwafel kind of mood, I can eat a whole packet of them right after another. So yeah, I love them. But I need to have the right mood for it, because sometimes I have them in my house and I'm like, nah, don't want them. But the other time, I can eat like a whole packet at once. But nowadays you also have like a lot of variety in them. You can have them with chocolate, like covered and regular, and some special kind of syrups in them, and they're getting fancy. But yeah, it's like one of those, I believe I saw somewhere that it, like, when they started creating it, it was like the basically leftovers and the poor people's cookies, biscuits kind of thing. But nowadays, yeah, everybody eats it. So there's not more like a poor people thing, it's an everybody's thing. Let's see on my list where I am then. Yeah, one thing that is also for me like so normal, and when I saw it in the list, I was like, oh yeah, that's true. I almost forgot. Basically, I almost forgot they existed, and I also forgot that people not have them in other places. They are oliebollen, which is literally translated an oil bowl. So it is most of the time it's associated with New Year's Eve, because that's when most people eat it. Why? Don't know. Most of the times, like from October onwards till if you're lucky, January something. You see the stalls pop up everywhere in like crowded areas most of the times, like shopping centers or in the area of like supermarkets or something like that. You see everywhere pop up in oliebollenkraam. And there you can, well, as the name said, you can buy oliebollen. You can have them with raisins in them or plain. Most of the times they're with powdered sugar. And yeah, they are good from time to time, but you need to have the proper place make them because, yeah, they can get kind of disgusting if you're not making them good. But the best are when you make them at home. That's just when they are the best. And now I am thinking I had with the pannenkoeken, I forgot another thing. That's also typical Dutch and is basically the same. So I'm just going to pop them in right now. The poffertjes. That is a really Dutch thing. It's also basically like a pancake of a pannenkoek is. Only it's way smaller. And yeah, I'll try to see if I can find a picture like comparison to how big a pannenkoek is to how small a poffertje is. But even with just a poffertjes image, you might have an idea. But they're like tiny, basically puffed up pancake. Most of the times just served with some powdered sugar and a piece of butter. Most of the times you see them, well, at events and stuff as like a snack, because I personally don't know many people that make them at home. Pannenkoeken, many people make it home. Poffertjes, not as much. But that can also be just me. So yeah, that's a thing that still needed to go. But it also can go here like in the snack kind of area. So that's a little bit of a, you can eat it as a meal, you can eat it as a snack kind of thing. So yeah, I'm getting a long list already. So I hope you like long food talks. But we're almost there. We have 2 things left. One thing is really popular. It's also known outside of the Netherlands. I also associate it a lot with the UK, and that is drop, as we call it here, or as you might know it in different languages, or in English, I can better say, licorice. It's a thing, you love it or you hate it, there's no in between. Well, basically you can also like learn to eat it. But yeah, here we have it in like all shapes and sizes and tastes and whatever do you want. We have sweet, we have salty, we have honey, like a honey drop. We have it combined with like wine gums. Those are my personal favorite. I love those. And yeah, you have them in basically all kinds of, yeah, sizes and shapes, and yeah, there are a lot of different options when it comes to drop. And yeah, if you're ever in the Netherlands, that's definitely a thing you need to try, but I would be smart and go into like a candy shop and get like one of those bags you can fill yourself and just put all the goodies in you like. and put just a few pieces in. Buy that. Try the drop first. If you like it, get more, but not fill up like a complete 1 kilogram bag, because many people from outside of the Netherlands don't like it. I know my husband has a few colleagues from outside of the Netherlands, and yeah, until now there's just one that likes it. So yeah, most of them he can just safely put a full pot of them on his desk and they'll be safe. Does he dare to do that with some sort of chocolate or anything? They'll be gone before he can eat one himself. So yeah, if he puts a pot down grinning, they know it most likely is drop or something like it, so don't touch it. But yeah, that was my second to last thing. And the last thing I have is like a, well, nationally known thing, and we also have some, can better say it like that. We also have like a lot of regional kind of stuff. So a lot of things that are typically Dutch, like for instance in Bossebol, they are, well, specific to the Den Bosch area. There are variants made of them, so you can get them everywhere, but like the real ones are only from that area. But one thing that made it out to a national snack is in tompoes. If you have watched my King's Day edition video, you have seen this one before. But it's basically puff pastry with two pieces of it, with a yellow cream, like a custard cream kind of filling. At least is it custard cream? Yellow cream, let's call it like that. A yellow cream inside, and then the second part of the puff pastry on top, and most of the times a pink glazing. Obviously, when it's King's Day, the pink will be exchanged for orange. You can also see them for different occasions, and it can be different colors. But it is one of the things, it's really nice to eat, but you are going to create a ginormous mess. Because you can imagine biting into 2 pieces of puff pastry, like flaky and hard, with cream in the middle. You can imagine if you're just going to put your teeth in that, it will spill out in every direction you can think of. And that's just why it is known. It's messy but good. Messy but satisfying. But yeah, that are the things that I personally think are really Dutch food, or that according to the internet are really typical Dutch. If you have things you would like to know if we know them here, or if they are as typical as you think they are, can be food related, can be something else. For instance, I don't know, like clocks. Like if they are as popular here as people think or not. Do let me know, and I can even make videos about those kind of things. Because yeah, I would like to know, like, what are things you like, stereotypical things about the Netherlands that you think are true that might absolutely not be true, or Like whatever. Are there things about the Netherlands you want to know? If you do, please let me know and I make sure to, well, help you out with it. Might not be directly next week, but at least I'll put it on the list. So yeah, that will be my WIP and Chat for this week, I think. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. That would help me out a lot. Because apparently the YouTube algorithm, yeah, loves every interaction. So if you would like to leave a like, that would help me out. If you would like to say something to me in the comment section below, that would also help me out. Oh, my voice just went. That would also again, talking hard, seriously. Leaving a comment would also help me out. And also I would love just to interact with you guys. So yeah, that's a bonus. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, I would love it if you would consider subscribing. Then if you would want to get notified, you can hit the little bell and you can see when I upload new videos. Most of the times my WIP and Chat videos are on Wednesday and time lapses are every other Tuesday. And everything else I find most of the times random. Oh no, reviews and unboxing are also on a Friday. So if I upload something on a Friday, it most likely is a review or a unboxing. So with that being said, again, I hope you like this and I hope to see you next time. Bye!